Pavitra Entertainment presents.
Hello, I am Rabindra Jena, Professor and Head, Clinical Hematology Department, SCB Medical College, Cuttack and Odisha. You will be glad to know that there will be third Global Congress on Sickle Cell Disease and Bone Marrow Transplantation in Bhubaneswar, Odisha during 21 to 24 February 2017. About 500 international delegates and faculties and 1,000 delegates from India, they are participating and they are making this event a unique one. And another good news is that a very eminent hematologist, she is Professor Kalpna Gupta from University of Minnesota, Minneapolis, United States of America. She is with us. She is a very known, very eminent personality in her respected field of hematology. She is visiting Odisha and India, so we'll glad to interact with her. Welcome Dr. Kalpna to India and Odisha. So how do you like your visit? I am sure you are visiting again and again. How do you feel the India at present and India in the past?
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Jena, first of all, for inviting me and for all your hospitality. And to the people of Bhubaneswar, to extend their hospitality and warmth, which has made my visit for organizing the third Global Congress for Sickle Cell Disease in Bhubaneswar, India. I find there is a lot of change as the whole world is going through the change with e-boom. India has not been left behind. However, what I realize at the same time is that there has not been much of a change in sickle cell disease burden in India. And since my goal has been to work for sickle cell disease, to see that we can bring a change in the disease, the way it is presented and the way it is treated, to provide quality care at the end of the day to those suffering with this congenital hereditary disease.
So we heard that you were born and brought up in India and your schooling was done in India. Then you went a higher education in UK and then US, then you migrated to US also. And your father was a very freedom fighter and very committed for with Gandhian principle. And your family, you belong to a family of well connected, political, very elite family. But can you tell us something, your father's objective and view and principles? And when you went to an abroad, what was his feeling? What was his reactions when he found that his daughter is living towards US?
I think you said rightly, my father was an eminent freedom fighter and he took pride in being the son of India. He followed Gandhian principles all his life and we try to follow them in our own way, which said, be the change that you want to see. And change is what we want to bring in sickle cell disease. So growing up in India was the best thing that could have happened to me. I enjoyed the love, warmth, and all the resources of my family. And I received world-class education at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, where I also served the institute in the capacity of an associate professor, and then moved to the United States. Obviously, my father, being a freedom fighter, was not delighted to hear the news that I'm going to settle there, and he wanted me to give back to the country what I received from here. And so I decided to work on sickle cell disease, particularly on pain, which affects most of the patients and is one of the major causes for their poor quality of life and morbidity. And I will continue this until I can, and that is what I have come here for, to give back to my nation by promoting the cause of the underserved, because Gandhi's principle was to have everyone uniformly on the same page, and they started Harijan Ashram, and my father was the founder member of that, to educate those who were not so privileged. And sickle cell disease affects those who are not so privileged. And here, if we can make a difference in their lives through my science, then I would be very delighted. And that is what brings me to Bhubaneswar.
So that sounds very inspiring. So I have interacting with for last 6 years. Now I could feel the reason why you are so keen in giving something to India and trying to help our India so far hematology transplantation is concerned. You are the first person, you are the instrumental in bringing this American Society of Hematology to the Indian fold of that annual conference of Indian Society of Hematology and Blood Transfusion. Secondly, you are again the instrumental in bringing this global congress, this third global congress of sickle cell disease to India and Odisha. And plus, during interactions, you have always shown your interest and your cooperation in helping and bringing the newer technology from US to India and trying to help our Indian doctors to go abroad to receive the advanced training so that they can really deliver a good services to the Indian patients as well. That's a great things which you have really inspired, which you have imbibed. You are trying to repay what you have received your education, schooling, and being a daughter of this soil. My another question will be that how do you feel that the sickle global network for sickle cell disease in India is going to be controlled, is going to be benefited, and what is your message to the whole India to come back to control this a very serious and very common social problem? What is your message to the whole India? What you want
So
to tell?
this is very important and also scary at the same time. The reason being that it's a genetic disease. It's not an infection that we can cure with a course of antibiotic, which will come and go. Once it comes, it stays. It will be passed on. So it is about time, with the huge burden that we have, that India and the people of India are become aware of it and realize the seriousness of the problem and take action. So number one, we need to create awareness. Number two, through science and education, we want to make the lives of those who are living with sickle cell disease in India better. And I hope we can accomplish our goals.
So this was Kalpna Gupta, Professor of Hematology, University of Minnesota, Minneapolis, United States of America, born and brought up, schooling at India, higher education in All India Institute of Medical Science, then migrated to United States of America. The father being a freedom type of fighter, Gandhian principle, and is committed to do something, repay back something to India, and she is committed to help India. So for developing or transferring the new technology, new advances, and providing opportunity for young doctors, young hematologists to receive the advanced training experience in United States of America and translating all the benefits to our patients, particularly sickle cell disease. I hope with your endeavor, with your effort, India will be eventually benefit and your father's aims and objective, and whatever your desire is there is going to fulfill by the desire of the God and Lord Jagannath. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jena. And thank you.
Thank you.
It's a Pavitra Entertainment presentation.